back again with another video. I decided to put 3 videos out because I have gotten a lot of subscribers over the weekend, so I had to like push out some videos for you guys because once I'm in the video mood, if I don't do it now, then I don't know when I'm gonna do it. So I decided to do a quick video for you guys, and this video is going to be a story time, okay? So this is going to be a story time on my labor and delivery story, basically. So my son, his name is Mason. He was born on March 16, 2018. The reason why I looked up, because I was like, should I start the video off on when he was born or no? Anyway, so he was born on March 16, 2018, and I feel like I was in labor for 3 days, like literally, like probably like 72 hours, I swear to you. So this is March 14th. Now we're gonna go back a week before that. When you're 9 months pregnant, you do not want to be pregnant no more, okay? Do you hear me? When you are 9 months pregnant, you do not want to be pregnant anymore. It feels like you've been pregnant for 10 years, okay? So, and I'm going to keep on doing this in the video because I hate that lump I get. I don't know how I'm going to get rid of it, but I try straightening it out. It doesn't work. Anyway, so I didn't want to be pregnant no more. I wanted to see my baby. I was over it. I was like, listen, I'm getting heavy. My clothes don't fit. I was frustrated, okay? So, March, the week before that, I was eating pineapple. I was taking primrose oil. I was doing everything they told me to do, and nothing was working. So then I was getting more frustrated because I'm like, what's going on here? Like, I'm confused. Like, how come this is not working? Like, I'm not dilating, I'm not doing anything. So I kept on using the primrose oil for weeks and weeks and weeks. March 14th, I started getting contractions. Now, these were bad contractions, but I wasn't prepared for the real ones because actually I was. They hurt, but they weren't like, oh my God, I'm about to die. Like, when you see these women on TV or like other women, you're like, it's not even that serious. It's like, don't get me wrong, it is a horrific, it is a horrific, 98% of healthy women have strep B. I don't know what that is. I have to Google it. I don't know what that is. I don't know what to tell you. But yeah, I had strep B. Now I'm going to speaking fast because I just put up 2 other videos, and I don't want this video to be super long because people tend to click out. So, Speedy Gonzalez on the story, okay? So, I had strep B, so that means I had to get to the hospital before my water broke because they had to give me some type of medicine to give me before Mason was tongue-tied. Before Mason got to the world, okay? So I got to the hospital on the 15th. When I got to the hospital, listen, that day was a Thursday. Thursday morning, my cousin, her name's Elo, okay? So Elo has ballet. Ballet, I can never remember words every time we're recording, but she has ballet practice every Thursday morning. So my aunt is like, maybe you should go outside, maybe you should take some walks because you're having contractions and maybe the walking will get it going. So Thursday, when I say those contractions hurt so bad, like, sis, they hurt, and I'm not even over-exaggerating, they hurt so bad. So Thursday, we go to the ballet, and I'm, like, having contractions so bad, I couldn't even go downstairs. Like, her ballet is on the basement floor, and I was at the first floor, like, sitting there, like, I couldn't go downstairs. Like, it hurt so bad. So, all of the other parents, all the other moms were like, Athea, like, if you're having contractions, how come you're here? Like, and I was just like, it's okay. But little, like, it hurt, but I didn't show that it hurt. Like, I was, you know, I'm a real G, you know. You know what Nikki says? Pretty gangster, pretty gangster, okay? Pretty gangster. That's how I was feeling. So I was having contractions really bad, and I went to the hospital. Now this time I was eating. I was like, okay, cool. It's time to go. It's time to go. It's time to go. I get to the hospital, and the nurse is gonna tell me, oh, you're like 2 centimeters. You're not even 1 centimeter. That's what she told me. And I was in so much pain. I turned, the melanin came out, okay? The melanin came out. I was like, excuse me, what? I gave her the Rondo number 9 face, like, what? Like, what? What are you telling me I have to go home? Like, you can't send me home. You got to give me some medicine or something. Like, it's no way I'm going home with this type of pain. Like, I wanted to grab her and, like, shake her and tell her to give me something because it hurt so bad. But I was like, you know what? Cool. And at this point, my aunt is frustrated because she's like, I keep on driving you back and forth to the hospital and they're not admitting you. So what's the problem? It hurt so bad, like, I was crying. Like, I was crying because I was frustrated. Not because of the pain. I was crying because I was frustrated that I kept on having to go through this and nobody admitted me. Like, I was so upset. Like, what the hell? Like, what is really the problem here? Why can't you just admit me and call it a day? So, I get back home. My uncle's kind of laughing now because he's like, yo, you're not in some real pain. Like, you would know if you having contractions. I'm like, are you a woman, sir? Like, he kept on trying to give me advice like he knows. And I'm just like, you're a male figure. You're a male. You don't know how this feels. Like, nobody wants to feel like this. Like, it's not painful, but it was uncomfortable because I'm like, I could be chilling. I could be eating my food, contraction. And it would stop me. I had to, like, hold on to something. I had to pray. I had to tell her, I was like, Jesus, just get me through this one time. I swear I go to church. I had to hit him with the Medea. I really had to hit him with the Medea. Like, Jesus, one time. Get me through this one time. I will go to church every Sunday. Just let me stop feeling like this. Like, it was too much. So, this is what I have to deal with this hair all the time. Like, it just gives me a titty on the back of my neck every time. Anyway, before we get to, like, 20 minutes. So, I was so frustrated. I went upstairs. I'm like, maybe I could go take sleep. Maybe if I take a nap, it will be okay. Now, I knew I had to go to the hospital because every other time that I was having contractions, I was able to go to sleep. Like, I was able to, you know, go to sleep or whatever. But this time, I closed my eyes. I couldn't go to sleep through my contractions. Like, it was so uncomfortable. Like, I couldn't go to sleep. It was so uncomfortable. And I was trying to I went downstairs. I was telling my uncle, like, it's time to go. Like, it's time to go. But he was like, listen, you done went back and forth to the hospital. Just relax for a little while. But at that point, I was like, it is no way I want to be sitting in this house. So I sat in the house for a little while. I waited for my aunt to come home. And then when she came home, I was like, Auntie, like, it's time to go. Like, it is time to go. She's like, oh, how you feeling? We was timing it. She was timing it with me. And then I was like, once she seen, like, the tear come out my eye, she was like, all right, now it's time to go. So I go to the hospital with her. And then I go there, and they're like, you're 4 centimeters. I was like, sis, it is time to go. Like, I don't care anymore. Like, I was upset. Like, I was so relieved that she told me that I was 4 centimeters because I was like, at this point, now I can go. Like, I can go upstairs. I've been waiting to go get out of triage. I hate triage. I feel like I'm just sitting there for no reason. That's where everything got real. So I go upstairs. She gives me the man comes in to give me my epidural. I'm holding on to the pillow because they're like, sign this paper, basically sign your life away because if you move, you could be paralyzed. So I'm like, oh shit, I could be paralyzed. Fuck it. So I go grab the pillow. I'm like, the ladies, the nurse is next to me. I'm holding the pillow. My head is in the pillow. I'm having contractions. So I'm like, yo, what if I have a contraction and I move up? And what the heck? So she gives me my epidural and I am screaming. Like, that needle, yo. I would never want to get that ever again. Like, that. But after that, I was fine. Like, I didn't feel anything from the waist down. They say you're not supposed to feel anything from the chest down, but I felt things. Like, I was able to feel people touching me and stuff, but I just didn't feel like any contractions anymore. Like, the contractions was gone. So after that happened, excuse this titty in the back of my neck, but after that happened, I was on Pitocin because I wasn't dilating after 4 centimeters. Like, I think I got to 8. I think I got to 8. So I got to 8, and at that point, they were like, do you want a C-section? Because you're not dilating enough for you to push. When I say I was so done, because it was 3 days. Like, when I got to that point, I was like, listen, okay, cool. Just cut me. My aunt was looking at me like, you want them to cut you? Nobody ever says cut me. But I was over it. I was like, whatever it is, what it is. Just cut me. So I go into the room. It's freezing cold in there, but I didn't feel anything. I was Gucci, but it was cold. But I felt it like after the medicine went down. So they put the sheet in front of you so you can't see your guts poured out because you can't feel your body. So you will be freaked out if you look and you see your guts out there. You're going to be like, what the heck? What the heck is this? So they cover you. My aunt was in there with me. She had on the things and the whatever. And they cut me and I started to like feel, because I had my epidural for so long, for like hours. I got there like 3 o'clock and I was out of there like 6. So that whole time, like from 3 o'clock I had epidural, it was wearing off. By that time they cut me, it was over with. I felt everything. She tried to give me more medicine. It was over with. So they tugged him out. The first thing I looked at was like, show me his face, because I was like, Lord Jesus. I talk so much mess about other people's kids. I just wanted my child to look beautiful. That's all I was saying. Like, listen, if he looks okay, Jesus, I'll go to church. But that's the first thing I said when I seen him. I was like, thank God, he's beautiful. I don't care what nobody say, my child is gorgeous. Okay, he's going to get that dollar because he's not going anywhere else but the league. Anyway, but yeah, so after that happened, I'm laughing at my facial expressions on the monitor, but after that happened, I went to the recovery room, and they were like, oh, I was like, listen, I done been stressed out in here. Can I get some water? She's like, you can't get any water until you feel your legs. What are you talking about? I can't get any water until I feel my legs. Like, yeah, because you got to make sure you fully recovered first. I was sitting there like, so I tried to fake it like, yo, miss, I feel my legs. Can I get some water? She tried to do the test or whatever, and I was just like, damn. So after a while, I got some water. I was good. They made me breastfeed him for a couple days, and that's the end of my story. So anytime somebody asks me about my labor and delivery story, I could just refer them to you. This video right here, this good old YouTube. Yeah, that's about it. I am speaking very fast because I am on live, and I